So I got into a little scuffle just before, well, yesterday by the time you're seeing this, or whenever you end up seeing this, but anyways, this all starts after my final class for the day ends. It ends at 1:25, and then I had to go to a meeting with my advisor in the program that I'm in. It's a program that basically pays off a lot of my college expenses. I'm in both financial aid and this program, so I'm essentially going to college for free. Yay for that. I am so lucky. Jesus Christ. Anyway, I honestly don't like going to these meetings. I could make a whole separate rant about these meetings because I really don't like going to them because they're always after my final class for the day. It's only once a month, but it's still annoying. But I deal with them. They're only around 20-minute meetings. They're not that long. But today, I got lucky and my meeting ended early with my advisor, so I got out within 15 minutes within 15 minutes. And luckily, when I went to the bus stop to catch my first bus, it was already there. I got on the bus. It's around a 7-minute ride when I'm on the first bus on the way home. And then I get to my second bus stop where I wait for the second bus. I just fucking missed that. And when you just miss this bus, oh, you are fucked. You have to wait around 20 to 25 minutes, sometimes even longer. And in this case, I waited around 25 minutes. But I wasn't alone when I was at the bus stop. There was this one guy, he's disabled. You can tell when you talk to him. He's a little slow, to put it nicely. There's a school for disabled people, or some kind of facility for disabled people, I should say. This guy is around 30 years older than me, but despite that, he still calls me Mister, which I find kind of funny. He talks to me, and he talks to other people who are at the bus stop, and we all talk to him back. We try to be nice, because again, he's disabled, so he can't really help himself. He talks to us. He's friendly, but when this bus finally came, he was like, "Yay, the bus is here! Yay, the bus is here!" And then it was filled to the brim with the stupid fucking private school kids, which I hate riding with. Oh my god, these are some of the most obnoxious, annoying ass kids. Stupid white privileged teens whose parents are rich as fuck, spoiled little brats. Their parents don't want to send them to a regular school with too many kids whose skin colors are a few hues below pale. So they send them to they send them to these private schools with a bunch of other rich fucks because they don't want their kids hanging around normal kids because they're just too good for that. They have to be removed from those kind of kids because they are so above all of the other peasant kids who go to public schools. Anyway, there's a private school right down a few blocks away from my bus stop, and I usually catch the bus right before their day ends because all of my days where I take public transportation home ends before 2, so I usually just barely dodge these kids. But when I do ride with them, it is usually hell because the bus is packed. I don't get a seat. These kids are loud, and I have to be squished up against them. So, anyways, the guy is celebrating the bus coming, and then he's like, "No, oh no, the bus is completely full," and that got a laugh out of me, honestly, because 1 second he was like, "Yay, the bus is here," and then the next second he was like, "Oh no." You had to be there to find it funny. Anyway, we both get on, and we're fucking squished like sardines in there. It is probably the worst I've ever... It's probably the worst it's ever been, honestly, out of all the times I've had to ride with these kids. So me and the guy get on, and he was still saying, "Oh no, the bus is packed." He wasn't being mean or anything. He wasn't yelling at anyone. But he accidentally bumps into one of these girls. And what does the girl do in response with her friend? Well, they proceed to mock the guy for being the way that he is, because he also does these little things where he claps his hands and makes these sounds. Again, it's out of his control, but these two cunts decided to mock him for this, decided to, again, mock him for something that is completely out of his control, and I was standing there watching this, because I was practically squished up against these people, but I was watching this, and after a while, I just had to say something, which is a rarity for me because I have very poor social skills. But sometimes it does happen. It usually takes a lot for this to happen, but sometimes it does. Anyways, I spoke up and was like, can you stop mocking the guy for his disability? You're just being complete douchebags right now. It is something that is completely out of his control. And then one of the girls said something that just made my blood fucking boil. Well, first she rolled her eyes because, yes, what I said was so stupid and so out of line. But anyways, she said this in response. Well, if he wants to project his retardation to the world, we have the right to make fun of it. Yes, because that is something that is totally voluntary. The things that he does, the way that he talks, the way that he claps his hands, and the way that he makes sounds that are beyond his control. Yes, that is all voluntary. He chooses to project this to the world. What a fucking stupid, ignorant, and a downright unsympathetic thing to say. Holy fucking shit. Like, I hope to God, if you ever decide to have kids in the future, which you probably will, if you choose to have kids in the future, I hope to God that they end up being disabled in some kind of way, so you can learn that these people are people. You treat them like regular fucking people, like anyone else. Just because they're disabled doesn't give you the right to fucking demean them, to basically harass them, belittle them, and yeah, okay, yes, the guy's feelings were invisibly hurt, but still, it was fucked up. I couldn't stand to watch this any longer. And I was so ready to tell this bitch off, but luckily for her, her stop came, so her and her cunt-ass friend got off, and thankfully they got off because now the guy was left alone. But still, this just makes me hate riding with these kids even more than I already have. They're just a bunch of loud, annoying, bratty-ass, spoiled teens who don't know the world outside of their own little niche because their parents don't allow them to interact with kids outside of their own privileged little bubble. Again, what a fucking stupid, insensitive thing to say about a person. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. But luckily, I don't have to ride with these kids all too often. Because again, all of the days where I have to go home via public transportation end before 2. And the only reason I had to ride with these kids today is because I had a meeting. And also I got fucked because I just missed the bus. So on most days, I don't ride with these kids, thank God. But whenever I do, I just can't fucking stand it. And I just can't stand being around these douchebag fucking teenagers. Jesus Christ. And if I had to ride with these kids nearly every day of the week, I don't know what the fuck I'd do. I'd probably just die. I'd just keel over and die right there on the bus because I just can't stand them that much. And alright, let me get the obligatory, not all private school kids are like this, okay? I'm sure they're perfectly cool private school students, but so many of them that I've seen and interacted with are just complete and utter douchebags. What else do you want me to think? And they're stereotyped like this too, and oh my god, it is a perfect stereotype because again, so many of them are exactly like this. Insufferable douchebags. Ugh. So yeah, if you didn't know already, I don't like private school kids. That's pretty much the main takeaway of this video, aside from me ranting about 2 stupid cunts that I had to ride with for a few minutes on my second bus on the way home. But anyways, I feel better now after I let all that out, and I feel much less heated, so I'm gonna go do something that I like, hopefully. Or just take a nap. That sounds like a good idea too, because I'm so tired right now. I had to wake up at 7:30, which I hate doing so much. Fuck the early morning. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Bye-bye.